Alright, we are on the Japanese version of the game, and I know that this may sound lame, but I have not checked out the Japanese version in a long, long time. It has been 50 years since I've looked at this gibberish. But I do know one thing I'm excited for. Don't worry about the banner. Don't worry about the summon. Don't worry about the free SSR second form Frieza, which actually there's an Extreme Z Awakening event also. So that sounds good to me, bro. Trying to get that free Frieza, trying to be cooler than cool. But in the meantime, as you can see, I have 1,000 Dragon Stones, and I am not summoning on the banner for the express reason that I think that, honestly, the banner is not bad. It's not terrible. Okay? As a matter of fact, I think the new Frieza and the new Goku are in the same banner, right? Something like that, right? Let me see. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Yes, this is true. The new Goku and the new Frieza are both in the same banner. That's actually really good. That's not bad at all. And also the badass Goku and Frieza, the Tech Frieza and AGL Goku are in it. Not a terrible banner. Not a terrible banner. But I spent so many stones. Is this a 3+1? Hold up. Oh, wait a second. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. This is not a 3+1. I refuse. I spent so many stones on the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and 5 Broly Dokkan Festival. And I really wasn't expecting it. And it really just zoop zop zibla booped. And, you know, the luck ain't feeling strong. I ain't gonna lie. Okay? It ain't feeling too good. So, because of that, I'm going to go ahead. I was about to say, what the hell? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to say, listen, take it easy. I would much rather not go crazy summoning. I'd rather just play the event. Because, to be honest, for me, the most interesting thing whenever new stuff drops in JP is the events. Story events are pretty interesting. I like the Dokkan events more, though. I think Bandai should really try to, like, make more intermediate events. Like, there's only been, like, a handful of events that I can think of where it wasn't a Dokkan event, but it was still kind of, like, hard enough where it was fun. Because a lot of the story events, you just, like, you could bring a team of just straight-up Mongs and, you know, steamroll it. But, you know, like, for example, if you were around for the One Piece crossover event, that was a pretty good event. And basically, it had Don Flamingo, which was a pretty good boss. I thought it was, you know, it wasn't like super hard, oh my god. But it was hard enough where it was actually interesting. It was actually fun. Dude, this guy is completely going to get steamrolled right now. Which I kind of didn't want to do this because from what I've seen, I actually came to this boss event once already, and I lost because I got to the SDR Goku phase, and I didn't think he was going to do as much damage or super as much. He actually supered twice. I could have taken out one super. I'm like, hey, you know, I got a lot of fire units, but, you know, defense strong, we strong. And then this dude came out. Forget KOK. He came out Super Saiyan and blew me out of the water. And it hurt. It hurt my ego more than anything else. Just because, let's see, 8, 8, 9... I guess I could let, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and let him block, get some blocks in. I'm going to let Vegito, come on, dude, what are you, a casual? Let Gogeta super, and then I actually have the Shadow Dragon badass, what's his name, Omega Shenron in this account. I don't have him on Global. I kind of wish I had him just because he's a cool character. I think he's like top 3 villains for me. Top probably. It's hard to not say Frieza is like number 1 or close to number 1, and then Cell, and then it would be Omega Shenron. Although I will say I like Omega Shenron's battle second most out of everything. Like Frieza's battle was badass, but it was like I feel like Frieza's battle wasn't really a battle. It was like an entire saga. You know what I mean? Like, when Goku fought Frieza, yeah, it was badass, but for me, the Cell saga, the Cell fight, is like, that's the most memorable shit for me personally. I don't know, maybe it's just because, I don't know, I remember the Cell saga better than Frieza, maybe, possibly, I don't know, fuck you. But, yeah, Omega Shenron, he's a badass. Can't wait until his LR comes out, that'd be great. because that's what I'm about. I don't enjoy the cards that are out now. I go, hopefully one day in the future, a better card will come. And you know what's funny is that I completely steamrolled these two phases. I wanted to wait because this guy's really strong, and I wanted to like become Gogeta, but that shit ain't happening, man. It just ain't gonna happen, man. So far we went 2 turns, and we need to go another 4 before we can become Gogeta. Let's go ahead. Let's do that. Let's go ahead. Believe it or not, let's just get rid of fucking stupid Gotenks. Pfft. If only your Easy A came out. Oh wait, it did. Oh wait, it did. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't around at the time. I didn't know about it. I wasn't privy to the information. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use this just in case. Probably don't need it, but then again, probably don't know. So how about we probably deal with it? Yeah, this new event looks pretty cool. And what's crazy is that the super attacks on these new cards are like turning into mini movies. Like, first of all, they're 2 minutes long. Second of all, they look amazing. And third of all, that's pretty much the only reason why I would want the card. Like, I was at work today and yesterday, and I saw, like, all I saw was a super attack. I didn't even see, like, I didn't look at the information. I didn't look at fucking any new shit. All I saw was a super attack from Goku. And I said, Lord, help. Somebody better hide my parents' money because I want to go and I want to steal it. I want to buy it. I want to see it. I'll be super happy. And as you can see, here's this badass super duper Kamehameha attack. Oof, beautiful. This is probably one of the newer super attacks. Like, it seems like all the new LR and newer SSRs have, or TURs rather, have like super cool super attacks. Which kind of it's a weird thing because, you know, as childish as it sounds, I would rather, like, I would give up right now, get rid of Ultimate Gohan, or not Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan LR for that badass, super cool looking, this Goku LR Broly, pretty much any LR with a cool super attack. It's all about the super attack. I don't care about the abilities. I don't care about the leader skill. I want to see that cool super attack. But, yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, I ain't summoning on JP. And I'm probably for global. I don't even know if I'm going to summon on the 4-year just because I don't know. I wasn't really feeling the Super Saiyan 4 banner when it came out in the past. I may change my mind, but for me personally, I don't know. For me, like, the most hype unit, believe it or not, the reason why I say believe it or not is because I'm not a huge super fan, like DB super fan. But Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, man, that guy, my lord. Lord, if you hear me, can you please let me know? Can I please get that Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and heal, and after I heal, I'm going to use an Icarus just in case. Because this guy, the last time I played, he actually supered me twice. And I looked at that, and I go, Lord, was not expecting that. But, yeah, for me, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta is, like, fucking ridiculous. Like, that's the thing. Like, he's a very good card. Yeah, the Super Saiyan 4s are probably better. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, more time and more research and more nerdiness, I'll say, you know what, they're great cards. I love them. But at the moment, not really feeling them that much. And plus, I kind of feel like on Global anyway, well, this is a badass super attack too. Look at this. Meteor Rush. I remember this shit from Dragon Ball Z. Well, it wasn't exactly the same, but I remember that shit from Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. That was a badass combo. Like I was saying, I kind of feel like on Global, it's a waste to summon on anything until those badge things come out. Like, you know how, like, on JP, if you summon on a banner, I think after 5, you get, like, some red Shenron badge or something like that, and you can use it. I actually saw, I don't know what banner was for, but I saw on JP, they had it that if you saved those things, you could get Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta or Broly with those, like, for quote-unquote free badges. You earn them as you summon. But I was like, holy shit. I'm like, ooh, I'm trying to get on that bandwagon. Hey, I guess everything in due time. I mean, yesterday and today, I actually had a little bit of time to be a office piece of garbage and just look at my phone. Not the entire time, but more than usual. I know that usually when I'm at work, I'm super busy. I'm in meetings. I'm like, oh my God, what can I do? Where can I go? This week had some meetings, but I have been for the past. Should I heal? Probably not. I don't think it's worth it. For the past like week, I've just been the resource guy. I've been the infrastructure man. I have been the building block of our pipeline. And we have basically, our team has like really gone deep into the infrastructure creation process for the stuff that we have. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I graduated, this wasn't really something we discussed as like quote unquote software engineers or engineering in general, which I guess kind of makes sense. Is just creation of is just creation of resources. Almost at high school. In college, you learn stuff like, hey, you make a database, local database. Hey, you make a website, make a local website. But definitely with my job, one thing I've learned a lot is just the infrastructure in general, and definitely with AWS. We use AWS for damn near everything. The only thing we don't use AWS for is just like Azure specific crap that we use with Microsoft. But we use AWS for damn near everything. And this week, I've just been deploy. I'm going to go ahead and use the Weeds just in case. Deploy to our sandbox, aka testing environment. And it's crazy because, like, the stuff I'm doing, technically, it's done. Like, we basically are done with it, but we're creating a copy of this pipeline, but with a different variant and different type, which is literally... It's literally just name changes of stuff, but what had happened is the first time we created this pipeline, well, it wasn't me, it was whoever came before us, didn't follow good OOP practice, object-oriented programming. Even though Ansible and CloudFormation isn't really a programming language, you can still apply the only, I don't know the only, but I definitely say the best thing for OOP, which is reusability, inheritance, you have something already, literally use as a template for other things, which is what we've done. We've basically moved everything out to have it be more repeatable and reproducible. But I tell you right now, it is very slow and is very tedious because it's not a programming language. It's not Java. It's not C. It's like CloudFormation templates and like Ansible stuff. Ansible is like basically the stuff used to deploy these items. And like the thing that's annoying is that it's all dynamic. Like if you ever do like amateur, this is something I've done, amateur web development using JavaScript, you may know where I'm coming from, where it is just so tedious. It is so, oh my god. Like, you will basically create things, right, and everything's dynamic. There is no compiler. And you just wait for things to fail, and then you go back to the drawing board, and you're like, all right, what did I do wrong? So that's the same thing with this, but even worse is that it takes like 5 minutes at the least, minimum 5 minutes to push something out, and then you have to test and make sure it's all right. Because the thing is, like, so when you push this stuff out, and another thing is I have to use a server because I don't have access on my local machine at work. So, like, I sign into the server, I go run this command. Is this in AWS? I check AWS. Yeah, it's there. And now here's the annoying thing. Now AWS, if you make a typo, say, you're referencing something AWZ instead of AWS, it'll say, hey, stupid. After 2 minutes of running, it'll say, hey, stupid, you made a mistake. And I'll go, oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, how could I do that? But then here's the problem. Here's the big problem. It doesn't always do that, and it doesn't always have to do that, because sometimes you'll make a mistake of, let's say, let me do this. Let's say I do something where I am referencing some variable that does not exist, but it's all the way at the end of the play, like it's at the end of everything else. It will literally take 6 minutes, and then at the end fail, and then I'll go, Lord, why? Why did this happen to me? Just like that, 275,000 damage. I go, Lord, why? So it'll basically clog up, die, and then I'll have to redo it. And then what's even worse than that is if it's not like technically a run error or a syntax error, is if for some reason, one way or another, you have an issue where basically everything's out, it's technically correct in that it's not breaking, it's not broken, but the problem is that it? Oh, okay, that's it. By the way, how do you make that guy's fury meter go down? Does that ever go down? Probably some scheme, team tactic, whatever. So basically, It'll run. Everything's fine. Everything looks good. And then guess what? You go and the thing is, this is a resources. So like, I'll deploy something. I'll put out a database. I'll put out a Lambda. I'll put stuff out, and then I have like tests to test out the environment. And I go and test, and I go, Lord, please, God, please work, please work. And then sometimes some error happens. I forget this. I forget that. And then there we go. Back to the drawing board. Make a small change. Run it for 5 minutes and go. So if I make 6 changes, there goes. And it's not like I'm making all these changes at once. You have to change it, run it, test it, make sure everything works properly, and then move on. So, like, it's literally, if I make the minimum amount of changes, at least an hour or two of just me sitting there waiting for things to build. And that's why I try to multitask. Like, sometimes I'll actually, like, try to multitask. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a multi on this banner. I can't help it. I'm going to do a multi. So I will try to do multitasking, and what I did today and yesterday, and I almost made a gigantic mistake, is that, so like I said, we have this pipeline, we have this stuff that we're adding, and we're adding a new version, right? So the old version, it's good, it's Gucci. I'm working on the new version, right? And everything's in a separate branch, nothing's been merged yet, and some way, somehow, I legit don't know how I managed this. But yesterday, I was working on a branch, and branches are like, you have like all your code, all your stuff in one area, and then you eventually you're going to merge it and push it in together, and everything's like Gucci. It's basically, imagine you're writing an essay, and you didn't save it. That's the branch, right? And I somehow, I don't know how, well, I do know, but I just don't remember why I did this. I actually deleted a bulk of the work I did for the past week, and I was like, why? I'm like, that was such an ass move. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more just because that was such a bad multi. If this is ass, it's ass. I'm just gonna do one more. So I ended up deleting a bunch of stuff, but I didn't realize this. And I actually went, like I said, you go to the server, you run it, and you see if it works, this, that, and the third. And so I run it, and it gives me an error, like, hey, like it failed within like a second. And I'm like, what the hell, why'd it fail so fast? And I look, and it's like, hey, dude, sorry, this doesn't exist. Like, the play I was referencing, like, the thing I was referencing, it's like, yeah, dude, sorry, this doesn't exist. And I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Ooh, I don't know if I have this guy on this account. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what are you talking about? And ended up, I made a mistake. I ended up deleting a bunch of commits, and I got rid of my work, and it was actually gone. Technically, it was gone. Like, I was legit about to start doing my work over. And basically, like, I knew what to do, but then at the same time, okay, this is a dog shit banner. How dare you make me spend 100 stones? So, like, I knew what to do, but it's the fact, like, okay, now I have to go do this again? Like, that's crazy. But thankfully, I use an editor called IntelliJ, and it has something called local history. So, local history is basically when you look at your files, like the way your files have changed on your machine. Thank God for IntelliJ. They came through. I found the history. I found the old version from like 2 days ago. And I said, Lord, restore this version. I restored it. It worked. And there you go. I did it. So, what do you know? So at work, I almost took a gigantic L. But I came back. At home, I almost dodged an L with this banner. I was being strong. I was going to be sitting here with 1,000. I might as well do this banner. What is this? I don't even know what this banner is, but I'm going to do it. So I came home. Now, I almost dodged an L because I was going to summon on that banner. And then, what do you know? 100 stones down the drain. It is what it is. I think the most important thing when you play this game is that once you take an L, you hold that L and shut your mouth and you don't go along with it. Because I remember a long time ago, like legit, when I first wanted an AoE for World Tournament, when STR Broly came out, that was like, oh my god, that was when I was like, holy moly, guacamole, I want this card. That's probably the most I've ever wanted a card ever, and I never got him, which is, you know how it is. I needed Broly, I never got him. I needed Majin Vegeta, never got him. Story of my life. But I remember I would just summon for Broly and just summon for Majin Vegeta, and I would just do any stones, go into that banner, need that card. Ended up taking L after L after L after L, and it just was, ooh, nice. I actually need to Dokkan Awaken that guy. He gets a really good Dokkan Awaken. After the 4th year anniversary, he gets a great Dokkan Awakening where, like, he gets, like, a higher percentage to critical, and he doesn't need that much key to super in the first place, so This is a great dupe to have. Keep it a buck. But yeah, I remember I was just chasing them cards, and ironically, I ended up getting Xeno Trunks, which I was happy. I was like, oh man, awesome, an AoE card. But then the World Tournament changed literally that week, and it was when they made the 30% bullshit. You know how, like, 30 times difficulty, that's how you get the points and whatever. And he just was not good anymore. And I had lost all hope. I was done, I was gone, and then your boy ended up getting an LR Broly. That turned it all around, but unfortunately, after I got LR Broly, I got out of school, got a job, and now look at me. No time for nothing. Look at me. I'm playing this game. No time at all. What's funny is that whenever I do have time, it seems like there's nothing going on in Dokkan. And then when I'm busy at work, I'll just look. I'll be building something. It'll be failing. I see that red. I go ahead. I look at my phone. I see Goku doing a Kamehameha at my face, and I go, oh, interesting. I wish I was home right now. Ooh. Ooh. Badass. I remember this guy. This guy was my second ever SSR. I actually got him on the OG banner. I got him on the father-son STR Bardock and AGL Goku banner. He was a really good card because when his HP is less than 99%, I think he got Ki +2 or something like that. Ooh, nice. And yeah, that was really lucky. Back then, if you got an SSR of any type, it was like an LR. Like, that's how rare they were. And I remember at the time, I had Int Gohan, the OG Int Gohan, and then I had that Goku. And the fact that I had those two SSRs, it was like, it was beyond lucky back in the day. And those were the good days. That's when SSRs were super, super rare. You didn't just get them from farming an event. You got them because you were lucky. Now look at it. It's all gone to shit. Ooh. Nice. That is, oof. Actually got the featured SSR. This is making up for the L. This low-key making it up for the L. One more, and we out the door. Hopefully we get a banner. Probably not. I was going to say hopefully we get a banner similar to this, but I think the reason why they even got this is because it was quote-unquote Goku Day, right? May 9th. But I don't know if that'll ever come to global. I think the event will come, like the Omega Goku event, but I don't know if this banner will ever come. I don't know if this banner will ever make it a light of day. I just realized everyone on this banner is Goku. It took me a couple summons, but I finally realized everyone on this banner is Goku. But yeah, it seems like that is pretty much it. I did 2 multis on this banner. Not great. Didn't get good cards. Didn't get any good new cards. It is what it is. What can I say? At the end of the day, the important thing is that, I beat the event. I got the medals. I got that going for me. So it's not all downhill. Congratulations. So that's pretty much it. Everything's looking pretty legit. And hopefully something comes out on Global, because other than the Clash event, I don't really... Honestly, I've been playing Global as of late, but I cannot tell you what is going on Global. Just because I sign in, I use my boosts, I sign out, bop, boop, and that's pretty much all she wrote. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. New Dokkan event is pretty lit. And, hey, if you have the stones, low-key save it. Low-key save it, because the best thing to do with your stones is just save them, save them, save them. Then the 5th year anniversary comes, don't buy anything, don't spend anything, wait for the 6th year anniversary, and then you've been saving so long for the 6th year anniversary, you might as well make it to 7. You know the 7th year anniversary is going to be the best. Number 7, come on, we're going to get Super Saiyan 7 Goku, you might as well save for the